Good morning in the morning. Hello. Hi. Hi, Ela. Hi, Putri. We have Bali in the house. We have Germany in the house. Good morning in the morning. I hope you're all doing well. Good morning. Hello, Adela. Good morning. Yeah, it's 9. Thank you. Yeah, all of you you are so committed. You are here. I really like that. Thank you for your presence. Today we talk about magical decisions. Good morning. So today I don't have a whiteboard. As you can see, we are already packing everything. So yeah, it is still there, but it's very chaotic. So I thought I will just talk to you closer and without a whiteboard. But we don't need it for today. Today it's about magical decisions. So we all know this situation. When somebody asks us what we want or what we want to do or where we want to go, so just a question, and then we have to decide. Many times we just ask a question back, right? So that's because so many of us really have the issue to make a decision. And I can tell you, I am a decision maker, and I can say I've always been. There are like types, and I don't say my decisions are right. But especially since I'm running my own business, it's crucial. Like this is what I'm doing the whole day. This is my job, just making decisions. And everybody just relies on me. And to make a decision, we need bravery. We need the courage. And I read a book, not wrote a book. I'm writing a book, but I read a book about decisions, and the title was something like "Why I Went Out to Buy Some Milk and Came Back with a Bicycle," or something like this. It's a German author, and I realized we are doing so many decisions, and there were this pretty little exercise, and I will tell you what the exercise was because I did it and it really helped me, and you are going to do this as well, just a little bit different. But why I'm using this is because it was such a simple exercise and super effective. So the thing is, or the reason why most of us have this struggle to make decisions, not only for, big projects like, do I want to quit my job or do I want to move to another country? I'm not talking about these decisions. Really, even just little decisions, situations we have where we have to decide whether or we find ourselves struggling to make decisions, right? And I don't know how you feel. You can write it in the comments. If it's super easy for you to make decisions or if you're really struggling. And of course the first thought that comes up into our mind is, I don't want to make the wrong decision. But again, we are focusing on the wrong one, right? We are afraid to make a decision and then, good morning in the morning. Oh, that's beautiful that you're here. It's about decision making. And I know from the previous classes that you have some struggle and issues. Or you had. I think there is an improvement, Narin. You did already with making a decision. So the reason why we struggle to make decisions is we know that every decision also has a consequence. There is an outcome, right? And we try to control the outcome, and we want to know from the very beginning, what is the outcome? If I don't know the outcome, I don't have control over it, and then I am making maybe the wrong decision. And so we would try to control the outcome. So because as I said, we need the courage to say, okay, I make this decision, but on what is this decision based? So that means we don't really trust ourselves, right? So if there is something that you are really confident of and that you're convincing, it's easy for you to make a decision. let's say you are in the grocery store and you are buying some, nutrition or whatever it is, you are pretty clear on what you are buying and what kind of choice you're making, because this is something that you've done so many times, and I mean, it's you who's eating it, right? It has only an effect on you and your family, maybe, depends on. But there are also some other situations, especially the ones that are new to you, and we are doing here a lot of new things, and you are trying to manifest new things into your life. You want to have a change, right? You want to have something better. You want to go somewhere else, maybe. And so that means you are confronted now with many new things. And if we change, as we said, like the last days before, we always diving on also into an unknown situation. We are leaving the comfort zone and we are diving into this lost space where it's a little bit dark, right? And we are not always aware of our light, or we forget many times that we are the light. So this is where all these struggle happen, where we have the fear and where we need the courage. It's again and again the same game, let's say, just with different tones and colors. But when I talk about fear, I talk also about the shame and the guilt, and everything is coming out of the fear, okay? Not to be enough, maybe to make the wrong decision. What if I make a mistake? And what if then somebody else criticizes me? What if this has an impact on my kids? And then again, I could feel guilty. There are so many things and so many stories we tell ourselves. So to make decisions in life is, it's everything. So the question is, how do we make decisions and make the right decisions, like really trying to be clear on it. So most of us use our mind, which is a brilliant tool, right? However, there are some situations, especially the new ones, where we can't really decide with our mind. Why? Yesterday I told you that the mind has only access to everything we've uploaded before, okay? So, you can also read some books. That doesn't mean that you have only access to what you have experienced. These are the more reliable data that our mind can rely to, because we have experienced them, we believe in it, we saw it with our own eyes. So when we read a book or when somebody else tells us a story, to be honest, we believe in so many stories our parents told us, right? We haven't been there, we haven't experienced it, but through the repetition again, and also with the media, there are so many stories we believe that are in our field, but we ourselves haven't experienced it. So, and again, it's the repetition, right? The sacred key. So be very cautious on this repetition. And this repetition is the hypnotic rhythm is a law. That means you can use this for good or bad. So I can tell you again and again, you are beautiful, and you are beautiful souls, by the way. This is the truth. But I can tell anybody also that he might be not smart, right? And if I repeat this again and again and again, and this person starts to repeat it also for themselves, or every time when we meet, it then also dives into the subconsciousness. This is just again to remind you about the hypnotic rhythm. Thank you. And so to come back, what I want to say is that we tell ourselves so many stories that are not even, that we don't even have experienced. Anyway, but our mind has only access to these things. So when you're in a new situation and you might have more struggle to make a decision, what is the right one, because you don't have experienced it yet, there is a key to transform fear. A very, again, simple one. And I really, really love this information and this hack that I give you now, because it was for me a game changer. So we are talking about fear, okay? Fear of doing the right things, the wrong things, the fear. Well, this is true. Truly, this is the biggest fear, to do the right thing, to just stand up for yourself. And I always say the biggest fear we have in life is the fear of ourselves, is the fear to realize how powerful we are, that we are so overwhelmed and that we can't really handle, we think we can't handle it. But, and I also say the biggest enemy in life is, again, ourselves. So it's always us, right? So, okay, let's come back. The thing is with fear and decision is that we feel numb, okay? I always say fear blinds us. Fear really blocks, it's like a block, what we say again and again. And when we are blocked, when you are numb, when you are afraid, you have this flight freeze mode. So we don't really do anything, or we are super stressed. And most of us whether do then the wrong decisions because they don't really dive into themselves to ask themselves, what is the right decision here? Like connect with themselves, or don't say anything, like don't make a decision. But there is no not making decision. We always make a decision, whether somebody else is making this decision than for us. And then we say, okay, yes, you can do this decision. And I think all of you can relate to it. Please, if you have any questions or tips, or if you have any experiences, write it down. So how can we, in this moment where we have to make a decision, find a way to feel well, to first of all have the courage and make a decision. And the second thing is then to make the right one, okay? So that we really feel comfortable, although it's a new situation. So the key is excitement. Okay, so I made some notes to not talk too much because, yeah, the last times we always did more than 15 minutes. And I really appreciate your time. And it's funny that you're still here always. I think it's interesting for you, which makes me happy. Anyway, so I did some notes. There is, again, I want to give it to you very simple, so we can do this in 3 steps. The energy that we can activate, which is really easy to activate, every one of us has the access to, is excitement, okay? And I gave this recommendation to some friends and it really, really helped them. So if they are in a situation where they're afraid or not sure what is the right decision for themselves, or they have to go a step, there is a project, you can use this fear. Sometimes we think it's fear, and maybe it's not fear. You can use this and feel the excitement. Because truly in fear, there is always a part of excitement, okay? There is this, okay, what happened? What is happening? I don't know. But in the I don't know, if you let the curiosity awaken within you, and we all have this. You can see this in the kids, right? Every kid is so curious, asking so many questions, and we have this as well. We just trained ourselves to not have it, and the ego, says, and the mind wants to always know everything. This is when we say, oh, we grow and we know everything. We have the safety, right? Which is not a real safety. It's just more an illusion that we know everything, but we never know anything, right? There is so much more we don't know than we know. And so the curiosity, let it be active and let it be there. And then it's so close to fear. Excitement is so close to fear. So this is the best way to transform fear into excitement. And then you have, you create a path, truly a path to yourself. Because when we are excited, we are so open. We are open to so many things, and we also feel a joy. Excitement is always also a joy. It's very, very close, and it's a beautiful bridge to transform the fear into joy and curiosity, and as I said, excitement. So this is the path, and there is also a little exercise I want to give you. So if you do this, you activate your inner navigation system, let's say, okay? And it's really so magical because it's so simple And literally you can feel in that moment, okay, what if I am excited instead of being afraid? What if something better happened even to me? You know, these things now comes up and these thoughts now are in your mind, and this is really, really, it makes you lighter. In a second, it makes you lighter. So then you have the access to synchronicity. Again, the alignment, right? So even if you're not 100% sure here in your mind because you don't know it, but because you activate the curiosity and the excitement and the joy, you are now capable of saying, you know what? I let go. Because this is the part. We have to let go of the outcome. And we have to trust ourselves that we did the best, or do always the best that we can. So first of all, activate your excitement. Okay, these are the 3 steps. The excitement, so that the fear can transform, and then it's automatically happening within your complete body that you feel the synchronicity and the light. Okay, you feel much lighter. So you are connected to yourself, because yourself, you are light. So the second step is then, as I said, after you feel the synchronicity, is that you trust yourself that you are doing the best for yourself, right? I mean, if you do not do the best for yourself, who else? So, and you have to go through the second step. You have to stop telling your story you're not good enough. Because this is then what's happening, this voice. Again, an old story. Oh, I don't know. I haven't done this, accomplished it yesterday. My mom always said this. My partner always criticized me for that. We are again comparing ourselves to somebody else who already accomplished it, but we don't even know the journey. This is so interesting with famous people and celebrities or other successful people or millionaires, and we think, oh, they just get there like this. But nobody really listened to the journey, right? What they've been through and how complicated it was, or read their books, have an idol, have a mentor. This is crucial, and I can really recommend this. I have so many mentors still and always. So the second step is to trust yourself that you're going to do the best for yourself. And then, most of you know the key is to let go, right? The third step is to say, I can't control the outcome. That's true. Don't be afraid of not controlling the outcome. Everything outside of your system is not in your control. You don't have the power over it. And that's okay, and that's the right way. Imagine you would have power over people. If you have power over people, other people have power over you. And this is so beautifully said in the Gospel of Maria Magdalena when it's about his teachings, of the teachings of Jesus, and he gave it to the apostle when he said, don't put any law on the teachings. Don't put any law on the teachings, right? Because any law you create, you will be ruled by it as well. So we don't have the control outside ourselves, and that's okay. Again, we have to activate our acceptance. So the third step is to say, okay, I don't have any control, I am trusting myself, and let it go. Just do the best you can, to your best ability, and then let go of it. Don't try to control the outcome. Just give it up. Give it to the universe, to God, whatever it is that you believe, that there is this power that is beyond the humanity in a sense of this 3D, this 3-dimensional world, that there is something we can't see, that there is this power, okay? Hello, Katya, nice to see you. So you almost missed everything. The most important part you missed. So, okay, great. I think this is so far the most important things I wanted to tell you. So your practice, okay, how can you practice this? Again, I'll repeat, okay. First step is be excited. Okay, there is this unknown. If you feel the fear, also say, okay, there is this fear, but this fear is okay because, yes, again, acceptance. I don't know what's going to happen, okay? But let me be curious. Let me go back as a kid. There are so many situations I wasn't aware of it, or I didn't know what's going to happen, and still I survived. I even learned. activate this curiosity, and then you're feeling excitement, and excitement really gives you the power. Okay, remember, acceptance and courage you need. So the second step then is trust yourself. Trust yourself that you are doing the best you can, and you are enough, and you can only do the best you can in that moment. Today, I might be smarter than yesterday. Why? Because I have now some more knowledge, or I've experienced something. This is life. So if there is this voice inside of your head saying, hey, you're not good enough, criticizing you, why have you done this wrong? Just, pause this voice and trust in yourself and do the best you can. This is integrity. Do the best you can in your ability. And this is the second step. And then just go for it. And the third step is let go of the outcome. You can't control it. So knowing these steps, having these steps in mind, the exercise for you is the next time you have to make a decision, doesn't matter if small or big, and you can use this in the restaurant. The next time you go to the restaurant and you're looking at the menu and you have all these beautiful foods and all these, whether there are pictures or not, doesn't matter. You have to make a decision what you want to eat, and especially a restaurant where you haven't been, okay? And then try to make a decision, like I said, just connect with yourself and what sounds more exciting for you. Even if it's just a little bit more exciting, you choose this one, okay? Don't think too much with your head. Don't overthink it. Just really look at it and see what sounds more exciting, okay? You can do this with every decision. Just dive into and ask yourself what is more exciting. That's it. And then go through these two more steps, okay? Trust yourself, do the best you can in this situation, and then just let go. Let it go, give it up. I mean, give it up in the sense of just give it to the universe and let them do the rest for you, okay? Because tomorrow, my friends, we will dive into receiving. This is what it's all about. We want to stop chasing for the things because we don't want to have a burnout. Believe me, you don't want to have it. I've been there. So we stop chasing, and this is the very masculine energy. And I don't say it's right or wrong. I just say there is a lighter way of living, and especially for women, of course, we have this. We want to receive. So this is our nature. So this is what this challenge is about. This is why it's the secret of the light manifestation. Okay, my friends. So go for this exercise, and I'm really excited what you are going to experience. And really, any decision, it's like on the daily basis you can do this, okay? So that's it. So far, so good. And I remind you that there are these two sacred keys, right? The first one is the readiness, and the second one is the, who knows it? I will give you a couple of seconds to write it down. What is the second key, my friends? Who's brave enough to write it? Who is listening? Repetition, exactly. Great. So yeah, repeat it again and again. Go through it. This is why we upload our life. Go through it, and let it sink and do the exercise. Wiederholung. Exactly. Okay, my friends, thank you so much for your presence and your time. And yes, maybe again, just to let you know, we are also on YouTube, we are also on Spotify. So if you're in the car and you just want to listen to it, just go on Spotify. It's everything in our bio. I think we have already the link tree. If not, I will ask my team to do so. I wish you a lovely day ahead. Remember, you are the light, okay? And you are exactly right where you are. It's a journey, and it's about this journey in this beautiful life to experience and grow and evolve and just get to know ourselves better and better. So I love you, and see you tomorrow.